What's up, guys? It's the Chronicler. Hey, do you mind if we talk for a minute? Is that okay? I feel like Steve from Blue's Clues. Guys, can we talk real quick? Okay, let's talk. So this is going to be the most probably heartfelt and maybe the most important video that I put on the channel so far. And it's just about reading. Hopefully this will be a quick little video you guys can watch if you're interested. It's about my history with reading and kind of the role that Goosebumps played, the small role that it played, and actually a small role that turned into a big role for the rest of my life up to this point and rediscovering my love for reading. So I thought it would be cool to kind of show you guys a book that started my interest in Goosebumps, the first Goosebumps book I ever read, and then the last Goosebumps book I ever read. So we're going to see the one that started it all. And funny enough, it's one that I just reviewed on the channel. That is Headless Halloween. I remember seeing this book, probably the same as you guys. You probably have your own stories about the first Goosebumps book that you ever laid your eyes on. But a neighborhood friend had this book. The first thing I remember instantly is just the colors of the cover, right? It's got the greens, the cool like Halloween theme to it, clearly. The oranges and then the sprinkle of red in there. I thought that this was the coolest book ever that I'd ever seen. And to know that it kind of looks sort of creepy and that it's for kids, instantly sparked my imagination. And a neighborhood kid was reading it, and I was like, oh man, that looks so cool. I got to start getting into that. I got to start reading. I literally think Headless Halloween is the first book that literally sparked my interest in reading and started all this, and started me talking in front of a camera, or behind a camera, I should say, started you guys watching the videos, and it just has turned into this awesome thing. Even though I only have a couple subscribers, guys, I can't tell you, it just means the world to me that there is support around reading and, just this hobby that I think kids need to get back into, and people need to get back into in general. It's important that we all read a lot more, and this book, Headless Halloween, which turned out to be, funny enough, an awesome Goosebumps book, is the one that kind of started everything for me, and in a way kind of started this channel. But I didn't read it at first. I got to it much later. I'm about 20 years late to the party on that one, but I did get to it eventually. The first Goosebumps book I was ever purchased and ever read was Slappy's Nightmare, and it truly must have been my very first book, because I remember a lot about this plot, even though I haven't reread the book yet. Apologize for the noise. I haven't really even looked up like internet plots about this book or something going over the plot. I literally remember most of all of this book from when I read it. Like, gosh, it must have been about 20 years ago now. And it is still special to me to this day. It really says a lot about, the quality of writing that R.L. Stine put in these books, even for kids, and the way that he's able to kind of make your imagination follow along with his writing and the plot and everything. I still recall that Slappy had to do a couple good deeds to lift this curse that was, I guess, going to maybe destroy him or something, or he couldn't wake up unless he did these good deeds, and all that. I remember that, I guess one of them, he saved a kid who was in a like push cart that was going down a street, and Slappy stopped it. And yeah, it's kind of a random scene, but it sticks out in my head, and it's been 20 years, so you can tell that it definitely left an impression. But this is the Goosebumps book that furthered Headless Halloween's start, and yeah, definitely elevated my love for reading. And it's so weird kind of going back and, looking through the book and, seeing a lot of the, oh, look at that. I traced over Slappy on the back because I thought I was a great artist as a kid, I guess. It's funny. I actually have seen Goosebumps books on eBay that people have done the same thing, where like they maybe went back and traced over the Tim Jacobus drawing as a kid. And funny side note, I think Tim Jacobus, apologize for hitting the camera there, guys. Tim Jacobus does not get his due all the time for what a fantastic job and huge part of the series that he is. If anyone's curious, by the way, yes, these are signed by Tim. His website, I can maybe post a link in the description or in the comments where you guys can go and actually purchase a signed print of whatever cover you guys like. I picked out Curse of Camp Cold Lake just because I like that one a lot. But also I picked out the Haunted Mask because that one is just utter classic. But he does not get the credit he deserves, in my opinion, for making covers for children's books that are so incredibly iconic. He kind of struck this balance between sort of realism with, this kind of fun nature. Like the images are scary, obviously, but they're kind of fun, right? Like they kind of make you really wonder what the story was. And he is maybe unbeaten in that category, guys. I think he was at least 50%, maybe if not more, the reason that Goosebumps took off like it did. And I just wanted to say that to you guys because I really, really loved him. And I know a lot of you guys too as well, if you've seen the books. Obviously, he created things that are completely iconic for that series, and he deserves a huge shout out. But anyways, just back to my kind of quick history here, guys. And with this, the last Goosebump book that I read that I sort of debated on putting a review up for on the channel, I don't think I will, just because I wasn't crazy about it, was Egg Monsters from Mars. And, I kind of feel like this book was sort of Goosebumps' version of E.T., just to give a real quick review, I suppose. I did put a little notepad with some notes that I thought about the book in my chicken scratch there. Just, I guess, read a few off to you because you won't be able to read it. But some effective mystery around the egg. Like I mentioned, it is kind of like a relationship between a kid that finds this alien egg, and it's sort of ET-like, and there's like a scientist / government person that kidnaps him, and you guys may or not have read it. It's, in my opinion, the book is probably 6 out of 10 for me, 7 out of 10. It was all right, but I bring it up to just point out, like, to arrange for myself a little bit of a history to share with you guys that, the Goosebump book that caught my attention at first. So technically I wasn't an original Goosebumps kid, I guess. I didn't get into the series until series 2000. The first book that caught my attention with Goosebumps, the book that was the first I ever read the whole way through. I really wish I could remember how long it took me. It probably took me a couple days or maybe a few weeks, because I'm sure I remember, oh man, this is the first chapter book I'm ever reading. Wow, aren't I a hero? That it's like, man, a chapter book, wow, with no pictures in it. But yeah, it definitely left an impression because I still remember quite a bit of it. And then the last one, Egg Monsters from Mars. Now, still doing my reread, guys, still going through quite a few of them. So that I can review more and do more ranking lists and hopefully make some content that you guys enjoy and give some insight on the books. But I just thought it was important, guys. I kind of was just prompted to do something like this just so that you guys get a little bit of a feel for my history with the books, why they're kind of important to me, and this lifelong love of reading that it sort of spawned, and probably not just for me, probably for a lot of you guys as well, and girls out there, that, this hobby just kind of put its hooks in me and never let go. And it's something that I think that we need to definitely try to get back to as a whole. And it's something that this reading is a gift that I think we should pass down to the generations. And we really, really should just really stress the importance of it. And I try to celebrate that history here with you guys and on the channel, and with some of this artwork here from Tim Jacobus and the collection that I have that I will have to show you guys someday. That will be a video in the future. But yeah, thank you guys so much. I appreciate it always. And hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe if you did. Hang out. Let's talk Goosebump books. There will be more reviews coming, and there actually is a review for a Goosebump book coming up probably later this week or next week. And yeah, stay tuned for that, guys. Thank you so much. See ya.